Graffiti vandals can be hard to catch.
It's a huge problem.
All-out war on graffiti.
2 out of every 3 cans were stolen out of your typical neighborhood store.
And what happens to the kids convicted of graffiti offenses?
Crime scene colon, these cold streets you patrol on. Try to get a hold on, kids strapped with growl on. Crime scene colon, these cold streets you patrol on. Try to get a hold on, kids strapped with growl on. Yeah, it was me and Sula, right? On a Tuesday night, had green, brown, black, 2 blue shades and white. Cosmic stayed home, but this crew stayed tight. Staking out the steel dragon for a true spray fight. In other words, a back jump. Wishing that we would.
Can you use one word to describe graffiti?
Angry.
Eyesore.
Can you use one word to describe graffiti?
Colorful.
Expression.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's vandalism.
Don't attack. I don't like tagging, no.
It's a way for people to make themselves known. You know, they want to have some notoriety. They want to have some, an identity expressed. But I can't say that that's just art. I mean, I could put my name on a wall and say, and that's graffiti, but it's certainly not art.
And some of it's just tagging, and it just looks like some, thug came and tagged this building, and that's really uncool.
I think I think it's cultural in a lot of ways. I think it's a way to express anger towards somebody else. I think it's a way to express discontent.
It's on public buildings and on somebody's private property, then that's abusive and that's disrespectful and that's not the right place for it.
Wasn't, words, spray painted over words, because each, rival, gang in the area or something is trying to get their message across.
Can you please tell us your name and where you're from?
Los Angeles, California.
What age were you when you started?
I was about 12 years old. My favorite things to paint, probably underground sewers, any type of wall that just you look up and you wonder, like, how did that person get up there? I mean, not everyone likes it. I guarantee you a majority of the community isn't in favor of it, but I guarantee there are some people out there that do enjoy my art. I just think I love the whole hip-hop art culture. I love the beauty of the paint and just kind of the reckless rebellion.
What's your motivation behind each piece?
Just to keep getting better and create the prettiest thing I could paint.
Do you do this to get a message across, or is it purely for fun?
I think it's at some point some pieces send a message across, but most of it is for fun. I do it alone just because it kind of releases the stress, some stress from society. I don't like having others bothering me. It's just in my own world when I'm painting. Yeah, I think that some communities like ours, where it is more wealthier, deserves to have a little bit of that life and graffiti in its atmosphere.
Art is a way of expressing almost anything in a beautiful or elegant manner.
I guess art is just another way to creatively express yourself.
I'd say dancing, painting, to be more specific, like the Mona Lisa or Starry Night.
A lot of kids our age look at art or look at graffiti differently than I think adults look at graffiti. I think they look at it as a way people express themselves and show things that they believe in.
Brandon said it well, that Agora is very straightforward as it goes to, you go to the same elementary school with people, you go to the same middle school, and then you go to the high school. And then you see a lot of people go to four-year colleges, whereas you don't really see that outside of Agora. And when you're in Agora, it's the same pattern, really, every single day. And if someone were to make graffiti, that might change the pattern and that might create controversy. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people come to Agora to just stay on the same pattern, and usually graffiti is associated with people going off the same pattern and maybe doing something erratic. And like I said, Agora is more focused on staying on the same pattern, and people who might be from an older generation might relate that to people going off the pattern and trying to do inappropriate things.
Have you ever seen did you see the water tower Banksy thing with the Andre the Giant face?
Yes.
Did you like that?
I did, very much. Mm-hmm.
And that didn't bother you?
Not at all.
So, we were talking about the water tower incident in Agora Hills. What did you think of that?
I thought it was cool. I really liked it, but then again, I kind of think Agora's not that interesting. So I think it added something interesting. Look at it, it's like gave us something to talk about. You know, it's when you go down to LA, when you go to Venice, when you go to Hollywood, it's interesting. There's stuff. Everything isn't super clean and super fresh. And while yeah, I live out here, and that's probably why, but I also kind of appreciate that that's part of a city. So.
Well, I believe that anything that somebody thinks is art when they create it is art. If they're creating it because it's coming from their creative mind, then I think it's art, no matter what it is.
I mean, you could look at somebody with tattoos. Their body is their canvas. That's art. That's the tattoo artist's art. But then you go to a museum, and that's art hanging on the wall. It doesn't mean everybody likes it. Doesn't mean it's good. But it's art. It's somebody's expression of their own creativity.
So if you saw graffiti come to Agora, not like tagging, but like modern art wise, would you be okay with that?
Yeah, if it was in the right confines, if they weren't, you know, using somebody else's building or destroying somebody else's space.
Like a building on, say, a building, like an example is a building on Ralph's, like behind the building of Ralph's, just like a nice mural or something. Would you?
I'd be fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the modern art of it. I just don't like that a lot of it is done illegally. If it was legal, they had somewhere to do it, I'd be more than happy to look at it, and I think it's interesting. But to do it, if I owned the building and someone did it to my building, I wouldn't like that.
It's kind of like the stunt tower. It was completely, you know, it was completely covered in graffiti, and a lot of people saw it as a really like awesome expression of art.
If you go down the freeways, there's art on the freeways that is graffiti, and there's spaces that are set aside for people to be able to express themselves in that way, and I think it is a true form of art. Again, I think it's both. I think probably now I have more of an appreciation for what could be considered art than I actually would have in my 20s or my 30s.
I think change would be good. I mean, everything's constantly changing anyway, so I mean, if Agora just stays in the same spot, we're never going to evolve. It might cut off different opportunities for Agora.